Hi everyone and welcome to Grade 10 Computer Technology. Today we're going to continue our look at programmable logic controllers. The one that we've been using is made by Mitsubishi. I've created a program, and before we get into the details, I'm just going to take a look at simply how this functions. What this does is the robot arm picks up an object from the box. The objects are three different sizes. The program has to do is detect what size the object is, either small, medium, or large. And then it's going to sort the object as it's put onto the conveyor belt. If it's a large object, it's going to move down the conveyor belt through this portion and down into this bin here. If it's a medium or small object or widget, it's going to come through here. This arm is going to swing forward to allow it to go through the back and down the conveyor and down to the far bin. So the closed bin is going to collect all large objects, and the far bin is going to collect the small and medium-sized objects. As they pass down into the bins, it does pass through a sensor, so it is going to count the objects as they travel down into the bin. What the program will do is once three large items have entered the bin, we will see a lamp displayed showing us that the bin is full and needs to be carried away. The operator will reset that and the process will continue. The back bin for the small and medium size objects can contain a maximum of 5. At that point, we will get a lamp on for that. That will turn on again, warning or telling the operator that that bin has to be emptied. The process will be reset and things will continue. So we've already written to the PLC and we are in run mode. So I'm just going to scroll down here so you can see some of the ladder logic and see what's changing. Here's our counter. Counter number 1 is for the close bin. That's for the large objects. Counter number 2 is for the far bin. That's going to count the small and medium sized objects. Remember, the maximum here will be 3 large objects in the close bin. The far bin will hold a maximum of 5 large objects. So let's go ahead and take a look. First thing we need to do is turn on the conveyor. If you take a look up here, you can see that the conveyor is off. These are not moving. Watch these here as I go down and click on our toggle switch. Turns to the on position and we can see our conveyor belt turning. In order to start the process, I'm going to press push button number 1. That's going to start our robot arm in motion and start the sorting process. So let's try it. Picks up an object. That is a large object, so it should go to the front, and it does. Travels down and counts, and you can see our counter here has counted 1 large object. We press our push button again. Picks up a small object. That should go to the back, and it does. Past the sensor and into the far bin. That counts down here. If we continue, press our push button. Picks up another small object. Our arm stays in position. It should go to the back as it does. It goes down and counts. We have 2 of those. Press the push button again. We have a large object. So our arm here, the sorting arm switches, and it does go to this bin here. We now have 2 large objects. We press our push button again. We have a smaller medium. That should go to the back and past the sensor and into the back bin. If we press our push button again, we have a large object. Now this should be the last one. This will put 3 in the near bin, and you can see that our lamp does come on, telling us that this bin is full. In order to reset, we're going to have somebody come and physically take away the objects in this bin. We're going to reset it back to 0. To do that, this is lamp Y22. We're going to reset it with push button 3, which is X22. That's the input. So if I press this here, you should see this number here go to 0, and this light should turn on. So we press this, and that's what it does. We can continue with the process here. We go push button 1, grabs a small or medium sized. That should go to the back bin. Gets counted. We're up to 4 small or medium sized objects. Push button 1 again, starts our process, and we have a small one. That should go to the back bin, and it should set our lamp. It does sets our lamp here, and we can see we have 5 of these, which is our counter max. If we want to reset Y23, this lamp here, and the counter back to 0, I'm going to press on X23, push button 4, push on that, and that resets. So that's a brief look at what this program does and steps through how this program works. In the next program, we're going to take a look at the details of how this ladder logic program is built. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.